back, everyone. It's time for Weather on the Road. This week, Sam, the weatherman, isn't just talking about the rain. He is actually, as he just said it during the break, he's gonna make it rain.
We're gonna make it rain, Maria, because rain's out of the forecast now. We're done with that. We got a lot of heat heading our way this week. So let's talk about rain and how we see it. And I've got a little kettle of water boiling right here. That's gonna be part of our experiment in just 1 second when we actually make a little bit of rain here in the Fox 5 studio. But first, let's go to the graphics, because I want to talk about what the most important thing is. Whenever I go out to a school visit, I ask the kids, what's the most important thing we need for weather to happen? And that is the sun. Without the sun, we would not have weather here on Earth. The sun is very, very important. Now, the sun heats the Earth, and that heating of the Earth causes the movement of air and water. And water is the other very important thing that we need for weather. Now, there's 3 phases of water. The first 2 we all know, ice. We have liquid water, and then we have another type of water called water vapor. Now, water vapor is always in the atmosphere, but we usually don't notice water vapor unless it's a humid day outside. We know those days, sometimes in the summertime, when we start to feel a little muggy out there, or if you're from the East Coast or maybe Florida or the Gulf Coast, you know humidity very well, very sticky. That's when we have a lot of water vapor in the atmosphere. Now, what happens is that water vapor is always moving around in Earth's atmosphere, and that's called the water cycle. So what happens is, as the sun heats the Earth, we see a process called evaporation. That's turning the liquid water that's in the rivers, lakes, streams, ponds across the world into that water vapor. Now, when that water vapor goes up into the sky, it cools off, and then we see a process called condensation. That's how clouds form. And when those clouds get big enough, we will see precipitation, and that is simply just rain, or if it's cold enough during the winter months up in the mountains around us, we see it fall as snow. So all that rain, all that snow melts off, goes back into the water table, and that process is always occurring in Earth's atmosphere. It's called the water cycle, and that is essentially a big player in our weather, and a lot of students start to learn that around 2nd, 3rd grade, usually in elementary school. So I promised that I'd make it rain, and here's how we're going to do it. So I've got a little ice pack right here. Usually I put this in my kids' lunches, but since they're not going to school right now, I've got a handy ice pack to use. And the ice pack, of course, is cold. Now, we've got our boiling water right here, and you can see that steam coming off the water. What's happening, much like the sun heating the Earth, we're turning some of that liquid water into water vapor. So what's going to happen is my ice pack here is completely dry. There's no water on it. But when I put it on top of the kettle, what's happening right now is that water vapor is rising. It's hitting the cooler ice pack, and we're seeing condensation. Same thing happens on a warm, kind of humid day. If you ever have a drink outside, you'll notice a little water maybe on the glass or on the soda can. Same thing's happening here. So I've been letting the water vapor hit the cooler ice pack. And remember, I didn't have any water on the ice pack when I started, but look at this. As I put it up, I've got a little bit of rain. A little hard to see, but there's actually a few drops of rain falling right there off of my ice pack. And that right there is how rain forms in Earth's atmosphere. All about water vapor, and all about those clouds forming, and all about rain and snow. So there's a little lesson on the water cycle, a very important part of the weather that we see here on Earth. If you'd like to check out some more of my lessons I've been doing here on More, go to our website, fox5vegas.com. Under the Weather tab, you can find the Weather on the Road section. Maria?
Great for not only kids, but also adults. Real quick, I just need to say, yesterday we showed a video of who was it? Brad Pitt trying to be a weatherman. He was horrible. So I say you do a tutorial and send it to him, a video, to show him how to do it the right way.
He'll probably send me back an acting video, how to be a better actor. No, but actually, he wasn't bad. You know, Brad Pitt, it's Brad Pitt. He can say whatever he wants, and it sounds good.
But again, you two together would be amazing. All right, thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Maria.